Man. Alright, well, time to feed these hungry Steam Deck fans. Hello, people. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good. Or excellent. Good. On a Monday. So, let me put this news out. I was just looking at the Ghost of Tsushima situation now. Man, being delisted from PC, huh? Crazy. I don't know if Sony is chasing clout with this, but yeah. I mean, first Helldiver, now Ghost of Tsushima, huh? Like the saying goes, everybody shows their true colors sooner or later. Anyway, so yeah, Ghost of Tsushima and Helldiver 2. But anyway, what I got for you guys? Let me get through this. Put this news out for you guys, so you can see what's going on in the industry. Yeah. Anyway, what do we got? There's an article here on Prison Architect too, so I'll say that for last. Anyway, let me get through this. See what we got for you Steam Deck fans. What do we got? Okay. EA wants to put ads in video games. We don't need all that now, do we? We don't need no ads in no video games. We're trying to enjoy a game while we play. We don't want to be interrupted by no ads. Anyway, listen to this. As if things couldn't get any worse, now EA is looking at ways to put adverts in video games to squeeze every possible penny from you. We have a mass layoff with CEO taking no responsibilities, AI being shoved in our face everywhere possibly to eventually replace everyone, and now real world adverts inside our games too. When this AAA this AAA of game ends, never obviously CEO and their shareholders will never stop chasing every possible extra penny. Growth for growth sake, and it's simple, must continue consume consumers. Ads in video games, nah, I'm against it. Anyway, let me get the other article here. Because EA trying to put ads in video games. Come on. Alright. Chikai 4 Deck has some updates. Here are the updates. Allowing zoom out resolution for users targeting a resolution beyond their screen resolution, i.e. 1080p on Steam Deck. Enable don't fragment for Mac OS Big Sur, and later for more accurate MUT's reading during a Senkusha. Create a fallback session ID session isn't received instead of erroring out. Workaround patch for Vulkan FFmpeg HW decoder bug affecting NVIDIA 30 series graphics card users. Add additional options for obtaining the PSN account via login with your PSN username and password. In addition to the public lookup. Anyway, alright. What else do we have for you Steam Deck fans? Chikai 4 Deck just got some updates. Okay, what else we got? Let's see here. Typing Survivor. Gil Fika Typing Survivor game into a survivor-like game. Just think, remember Typing of the Dead? Now think Vampire Survivor, but then you're typing to get your in your attacks. says Survivor like Bullet Haven Horde games are everywhere after Vampire Survivor showed up, and now one developer is attempting to do the same with Typing in Gilfica Typing Survival. Here it's also a bit like a tower defense game with you in the middle and enemies coming at you from all angles. You have to type out their names to fire at them. Eventually you level up, giving you random sets of upgrade to pick from, like new weapons, some which fire automatically. It even has a controller support, which is actually quite unique here, with you pressing various buttons, combos to fire instead of spelling out names on a keyboard. And yeah, Typing Survivor. Check out the demo on Steam. Okay, alright, now keep going here. What else we got? Oops, nope. Typing Survivor. Well, I remember Typing of the Dead, so yeah. You had House of the Dead, then Typing of the Dead. But now you got Typing Survivor. Anyway, alright, here's another one. Non-Steam launcher Steam Deck plugin in testing, plus a way to remote play together anything. Says here, the developer of non-Steam launcher got in touch to mention that Steam Deck Decky Loader plugin is now available for testing, plus the latest release pulling in a handy tool for being able to remote play anything, remote play together anything. For the version 3.8.8 release that was out a few days ago, they've hooked up remote play whatever, a tool I hadn't heard of until now. It's a tiny application that lets you force remote play together any game you have in your Steam library, including non-Steam one, which sounds really useful for playing games from other stores on Steam Deck and for emulators too. On top of that, the developer mentioned they have a Decky Loader plugin in development, which is now available for testing. This means you won't have to go into the desktop mode to install or remove the extra store like Epic Games, GOG, and so on, as long as you have Decky Loader set up and ready. Nice. They sent anyway, alright, next article. Alright, let's see what else we have. Gotta keep you guys up to date. Catchy OS. Catchy OS gets experimental handheld edition for ROG Ally, Lenovo Legion, and Steam Deck soon. Catchy OS is a customizable Linux distribution based on Arch Linux. Has a new release available which brings it an experimental edition for the growing list of PC game handhelds like the ROG Ally, Lenovo Legion Go, MSI Claw, coming soon, and to Steam OS, coming to Steam Deck 2, announced in a blog post for their Catchy OS May 2024. They release note. They noted, last but not least, we are adding an experimental build edition for Catchy OS. The Decky edition automatically set up a Steam Deck-like experience and install all required gaming tool for it. We also proud to announce that this version will use LAVD scheduler, which is funded by Valve and improve the frame rate and 1% low on handheld dramatically. Deckify edition is currently tested on the ROG Ally, Lenovo Legion Go, MSI Claw. Steam Deck support is also being currently worked on, but there are some small issues that should be fixed with the upcoming release. For more information, check out the following Deckify information. I am not actually too familiar with Catchy OS myself, with this being the first time actually looking at it. Interesting to see more competition in the Linux space for handhelds. There's now quite a few good options if you're tired of Windows or want launch something different to Steam OS. On top of that, on top of this, we also have Chimera OS, Bazite, Holo ISO, and probably the other one I'm forgetting. I suppose the Manjaro Gaming Edition that will come on Orange Pi Neo gaming handheld also count. Catchy OS, never heard of it. Anyway, you got all these operating systems on Linux. Now, here's another one. Catchy OS. So you got Chimera OS, Bazite, Holo ISO. Yeah, Linux, folks. Anyway, let's see what we got here. Stellaris Dev clarifies ethical AI use in Stellaris, the machine HDLC. And they say there's been a bit of a stare recently with the release of Stellaris, the machine HDLC, as Paradox Interactive put up an AI statement on Steam that the developer have now attempted to give more info on. On Steam, there's a notice if you scroll down far enough that reads, "We employed generative AI technologies during the creation of some assets. Typically, this involved the ideation of content and visual reference material. These elements represent minor component of overall development, has been used to generate voices for AI generated antagonists and player advisors." And it says they have to do this since Valve now have new rules about developers stating on Steam page what they use AI for in games. So it's clear the game is using AI, is using AI content specifically for a generated voice. In a way, an AI voice for an AI seems kind of not on point for sci-fi space games like this, but AI makes a lot of people feel quite uneasy, and for good reason. This caused some commotion on the Steam forum with a lot of replies. The game directors on Stellaris, Stephen Murray, did reply to the Steam post note about this AI voice generation tool. "We use Stellaris to ensure that the voice actors that signed up and built the models receive royalties for every line we create. Ethical use of AI technology is very important to us. We're pretty good for exploring dystopian sci-fi and don't want to end up there ourselves." Says, I have the team put together a dev diary on how we use AI tools a couple of weeks from now. Then it says, and then explain further on Reddit too. It says, we didn't use it for concept art in Machine Age. We got a couple of awesome concept artists on staff for that. Then it says, parentheses, "You will get to see more of their art in the next week dev diary. There may be a couple of AI generated pieces on the VSDev exploration mood board, but they be among a bunch of other inspirational thematic pictures. Personally, I use image generation tools to make basic sketch for things like System Designer, and I are thinking of, since I use much at art, but I'm pretty decent at getting computer to do what we think, making token for 14,000 Pathfinder characters that I will never paid off. The artist then take out the idea and might or might not use them for as inspiration to make final asset. None of those design image goes into the game." And then he says, we use some text generated AIs for ideation of content. As we said, basically content designers can break write blocks by asking an AI, "Hey, what are 40 different things I can find in a mystery box," and see if any of them spark any interest. None of the results or generated text goes into the game. we've got some strict guidelines in place on how we can use AI tools legally and ethically that we abide by. And it says here, one of their concept artists also follow up to say, chiming in here late, but for myself, nothing speaks for the entire team here. Entire art team here. There were several explorations that leveraged a generator, but none were beyond the viz dev stage, and none were continued into the final part pieces. For myself, at least 0% of in-game assets include any sort of AI. And it says, most importantly, how do you feel about this? Let me know in the comments. Currently, the DLC has a very positive rating on Steam. AI in video games, man. That's why the UK government is stepping this up, stepping up in this department. There was an article on Neowind where the UK government is setting some guidelines for AI, man. Anyway, let's see here. What else we got? Got to keep you guys up to date. That article is pretty interesting. Anyway, what else we got? What's this? LPC AMM2 upgradable RAM for laptop sounds awesome. Okay. Alright. Next article. Go on to the next one. Okay, Square Enix shifting from quantity to quality and be more multi-platform. Well, since Sony didn't purchase them, they do have that option. It says here, Final Fantasy developer have released their financial results of the end of the Japanese financial year, and it seems they're going through a big change in their strategy. While they have numerous of titles available on PC, plenty of which work great on Linux and Steam Deck, thanks to Valve Proton, they do have a bit of doing exclusive, and they publish quite a lot of overall. However, they announced a new medium-term business plan, which covers the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2025, through the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2027, that they are calling Square Enix Reboot and Awakening as a span for long-term growth. And what else it says here? For part of this plan includes the move from quantity to quality, so they can strive for a regular launch. Cadence focuses its development efforts and investment on titles with substantial potential to be loved by consumer for years. And it says this plan involves a shift to multi-platform strategy for HD titles, meaning for major consoles and PCs they will aggressively pursue multi-platform strategy, includes Nintendo platform, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. But they also said they will include a possibility of PC launches for their SD titles, those meant for mobile and browser. For those of us on the desktop and PC handheld, it's again good news, as they said clearly in regards to expanding digital sales, that the group will engage in initiative which focus on acquisitions of PC users. So the hope is that we should see far more same day or close to it releases on PC for Square Enix games. Well, Square Enix is growing up. That's what they're doing. Anyway, alright, now got one more piece of article here. Actually, I got one more. Let's see here. What's this one? I got one more article to read, and that's it. Alright, it says here, lose yourself in the Steam Endless Replayability Fest, May 13th to May 20th. Dungeon Crawler, Kyborg, Nova Roma, Redline Crooks, Rogue Blight, and Shapez 2, Streets of Rogue, and Yieldy. This is on the Steam Endless Replayability Fest. Yeah, some games to buy. Alright, now one more article here. It's about Prison Architect, and then we're done. Yeah. Says here, Prison Architect 2 swaps the developer ahead of launch as Double 11 splits up with Paradox. Says here, Prison Prison Architect is just a few months away from launch, and a major change has undergone behind the scenes. Paradox Interactive today announced a change in studio for the project, with longtime franchise developer Double 11 giving over Prison Architect 2 development duties to Brazilian studio Coke Coup. After 9 years together, Double 11 is leaving Prison Architect. Double 11 has been with us since the console port, led the development of the game on all platforms, and has been working on Prison Architect 2 over the last few years, says Paradox in an announcement regarding the split. With the sequel passing certification on all platforms, the contract was filled. However, we could not find a commercial agreement that worked for both parties moving forward, and manually agreed to part ways. And then it says Double 11 fully took over Prison Architect development when the original developer Introversion Software sold the IP and the game rights to Paradox Interactive in 2019. It also has been the lead developer of the sequel since its inception, with Koku helping out since autumn last year to get the title ready to launch. For launch. According to a separate Reddit post by Double 11, game director Gaz Koku had taken over the sequel development entirely in January 2024. And what else we got? Any more news? Oh, we got two more paragraphs. It says, after talking to multiple studios, Koku was found to be the best fit for the game going forward, as they are veterans in the game industry and also long-time fans of Prison Architect. And Paradox from its portfolio, Koku has so far worked as a support studio for projects as Horizon Zero Dawn, Forbidden West, The Forgotten City, and the 3 Sniper Ghostwire titles, among others. Prison Architect has gone through a couple of delays already, with both its original March 2024 release and later May 2024 plans failing through. Currently, the prison construction and management title is slated to land on PC, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, September 3rd, 2024. And that's all the article and all the news I got to report on the gaming front. So, you Steam Deck fans are covered. You Linux laptop and desktop gamers are covered. News, deals, games, updates, the usual stuff. You guys are good, so they should hold you for a little bit, and you'll see me again tomorrow. Take care of your guys' health and strength, and stay safe and have fun gaming. But other than that, man, the game industry moves on, and things are happening. Changes and reorganization and reshifting and refocus is happening in the game industry. So everything should keep things moving from there. But right now, some studios are going through some changes. Look what just happened with Paradox. So yeah, and Prison Architect. Things are happening, man. So the game industry keeps on moving. AMD is busy. Valve is busy. All the developers are busy doing, making changes, man. So that's what makes the game industry move, when changes happens and things are moving, So yeah. But other than that, man, you guys are good. So I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy, though. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars and stuff like that. Dark Side. Go. Peace.